So today I'm going to be making some quick and easy cards using Digistamps. And in particular, I'm going to be using this set. She's named Amilie and she's from Vera Lane Studio, and I'll leave the link in the description below. She's a new release there in the shop, part of a new set, new range of stamps called the Fille de la Mode. There's another girl in that range called Elodie with long hair and flowers in her hair. And the really nice thing about these is that instead of just getting the line art like this, which is what you would normally get in your Digistamp, there are some part coloured images as well in the set. So you get 9 Digistamps in the bundle. You get the 5 part coloured images, so there's 5 different colourways there with her dress, and you get the figure, the uncoloured figure. There's also the uncoloured figure with the flower pot on her hair. That flower pot is available separately as well, although I haven't printed that out here. And there is a sentiment in there as well. So for your, I think it's $3.50, in the UK it's £3.30, something like that. Really, really great value bundle. And I love these part coloured images. They're really nice. All that you have left to do is colour the hair and the face. You could of course just leave it blank. I mean, she does look nice like that. You don't have to colour her in. But that's really a really nice touch that Janet, who draws these, has done, and I like the fact that it gives it versatility in the bundle. Along with this, I'm also going to be using these shops, which are part of the Tall Town set, and you get the 6 different houses there, different shops. There's a flower shop and a coffee shop, and then some other buildings. And I'm going to be using those in the background along with the Amilie girl as well. And as I say, these are going to be really simple ideas. The whole point of these part coloured images is that it makes life quick and easy for you. And so I think it deserves to show that you can create some really nice looking projects in no time at all. So all I need to do is colour in these images, the colour the hair and the faces, because I'm going to be using the coloured ones, and then I'll be right back again. Right, so I've coloured the hair and the skin in. For anyone who's interested, for the skin tones, I've used my Copic markers, and I've used E00, E00 and E21, and I've used a touch of RO2 for the cheeks. And for the hair, I've done 3 of the girls with brown hair, and I used E35, E37 and E29. And I thought, why not? She's got nice brightly coloured clothes on. Let's have some bright hair as well. And the pink hair was RV02 and RV34. And the green hair was YG00, YG03 and G14. And so you can use whatever you've got to hand, whether you're using markers or pencils. Choose your favourite colour combinations. That's just what I've used this time. That's what I happen to have. I've also coloured the legs in, sort of the little stripy stocking that she's got. And I've coloured the bunches of flowers that she's held with the same colours. So I'm going to cut these images out and I'll be right back again. Right, so I'm back and I'm going to start with the simplest of the cards I'm making today. This is a A6 card. It's about 6 by 4 inches. And I've cut some pink cardstock, slightly smaller, and I'm going to mat that onto the front. You can use double-sided tape, you can use glue, use a tape runner, whatever you prefer. I've then cut out a section of the house background that I'd done, slightly smaller than the pink card. And again, just going to stick that on. And we're going to take our little girl Amilie here. I've cut her out. Now you could put her on with some 3D foam if you want her to be raised up a little bit. I'm keeping this flat because I tend to use this type of card in with my ATC swaps, and I'm always conscious about keeping the thickness of the envelope down because postage isn't as cheap as it used to be. And just wants a sentiment. This is one of my homemade clippings stickers that I've cut quotes out of a book. Just going to trim it. I'm just going to glue that directly onto the front there. And that's our first quick and easy card. And I think she looks great with this buildings in the background. So moving on from that, maybe you want a little bit more colour in the background. Well, that's not a problem. Instead of just leaving the houses, the shops on their plain background, I've cut them out. And this is a jelly print that I made. Made this in a recent video. I'll pop the link to it up there in the corner if I can remember which one it was. I think it was my artist trading coins. And I'm just going to mat that onto some coloured card. And pop this onto my card front. Once again, this is a A6 card, 6 by 4 inches. And I'm going to glue our little houses in place. Just decide where I'm going to pop them. I mean, you can of course colour these shops in if you want to, but today I'm all about the quick and easy. I know some people don't necessarily like colouring in particularly, or you just may not have the time. And again, she would be nice if she was popped up on some 3D foam. I'm just going to keep my cards flat today. And this time I've stamped a sentiment. This is part of an Impression Obsession set of rubber stamps, and I thought that was quite apt. And I've just stamped it and matted it onto a bit of black card. And there's our second card. So going back almost to our first card, keeping the background simple, once again I've taken my A6 card blank, my 6 by 4, and I've folded back the front down the centre, scored it, folded it back, and I've cut some pieces of black card, one that will fit inside, and one that's going to fit on this panel that was folded back. And I've cut two panels of the shops, which we're just going to mat on top of those black pieces of card. And this time we're going to take our little girl and we're going to stick her so she's overlapping this fold. So just going to glue down the one side of her. And glue her into place. And I've got a little phrase cut from a book there, matted onto a bit of card this time. Just going to pop that down there in the corner. And again, quick and easy card, you've got somewhere to write in there. That's card number 3. Our next card, once again, same size card blank to start with, 6 by 4 inches. I've cut some purple cardstock to fit on the front. I'm going to glue that in place first. And again, our printed row of shops. And this time I've got a strip of card. I'll just measure this. Okay, this is 5 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored it at ½ an inch in from each end, and then an inch in from that on each end, and just folded it. And I've cut another piece of purple cardstock to fit on that central panel. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to use some tape. I could use glue, but I want this to stay in place the moment I stick it down. I don't want to wait for the glue to dry. So putting a little bit of tape on each of those ½ inch pieces at the edge. And I'm going to line that up at the bottom of the card. Stick that in place. And then if I put this sideways, you should be able to see it a little bit more easily. I'm just going to stick that panel down so that when it's open it stands up. It's like a little step, but it will fold flat to go into your envelope. And we're going to glue her legs in place there. And I've got another stamped sentiment from the set that I used earlier. And I'm just going to glue that onto there. I really love this little box step card. I do this quite regularly. I think it's you know, it stands up, it folds and goes into your standard envelope, which is really, really good. Very clever. And for my final card today, I've taken, once again, the same size card blank, and I've matted some black card and some more of the jelly print. This is like the same jelly print that I used on there. And I've just die cut a circle out of the front. That's a 2.5 inch circle. And what I'm going to do is I cut some yellow card to fit inside. So we're just going to pop that in there. And we're going to line up our little girl so it looks like she's looking through our aperture. And just glue her into place there. I've cut out another one of my houses. I've got one of those left. And we can glue that in place there on the front. And I've got another one of our little quotes that I've cut out of my book, which says "Friends are fun." I'm just going to pop that there. And just draw around that with my Stabilo All pencil, like that. And I hope that you'll agree anyway, that this is a really good way to create some fun cards. Quite simple, not time consuming at all, but they each, you know, they look really, really effective. And this is just with, you know, the 2 sets of Digistamps and a little bit of cardstock. If you don't have the jelly prints, you could use some patterned papers. I'm sure we've all got some patterned papers lying around. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Please do go and check out the Vera Lane Studio shop below. Lots and lots of fun images in there. Lots of Digistamps to colour in. There are printable collage sheets which are pre-coloured, which again, if you're not much for colouring in, they're brilliant for decorating cards and other paper craft projects. And to say, don't forget to check out my video that I left the link to earlier with where I did the jelly printing, because that was a fun session that we had then. But as always, if you did enjoy this, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing any comments that you feel like leaving on this. But for now, that's all. Bye.